I want to just dwell a little bit on Core Scientific because you're very important to Core Scientific. You are their only customer. You'd hope to bring them on, keep using their compute. What happens now? How solid is that partnership?
Oh, I think first of all, thank you for having me, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
The partnership is very, very solid. We continue to be a consumer of the services they provide. We continue to be a consumer for the next 10 or 15 years with a series of extensions of the infrastructure that they provide and that we require in order to deliver our products. So, the relationship is in good shape. The shareholders voted down the acquisition yesterday. And from a strategic perspective, I think everybody on both sides of the fence really felt like it made sense, and it really just came down to price. And for us, we put out a bid. We're as you said, we're quite acquisitive. We bought Marimo yesterday. We bought Weights and Biases, Monolith, OpenPipe. We've really been buying and building the AI cloud, and there is a price point that made sense for us to move forward with that transaction. And we have a plan, and we are going to be very disciplined around that plan. And at approximately 10%, it made sense. And if it's going to be above that, then we'll continue to use them as a vendor.
Well, Core Scientific now tries to diversify its own customer base other than just you. Does that give you any worry?
No, not at all. Look, our footprint within the Core Scientific ecosystem is about, I think it's about 580 megawatts worth of infrastructure. This quarter, we've signed over 600 megawatts of data center infrastructure outside and exclusively outside of Core Scientific. So, look, they're going to run their business. We hope that they are a strong operator. It's important to us that they are. We are hopeful that they will continue to invest in their business and their ability to execute and deliver infrastructure. And we continue to work with them on a go-forward basis, just as we have for the past 5 years.
Look, they were a Bitcoin miner turned AI supplier. You two were that. Look, there are some others out there as well, TerraWolf and the like. Would you look to acquire any of those?
So I've always talked about acquisitions as strategic and opportunistic. My view is acquisitions like Marimo or Weights and Biases, Monolith, those are strategic acquisitions. They move the company and broaden our software solutions. The acquisition of a infrastructure provider is a opportunistic acquisition. We're currently building data centers within CoreWeave from the ground up to solve this problem of adding additional control over the infrastructure. So, we've got a data center in Pennsylvania in Lancaster that we're building. We have a data center in New Jersey in Kenilworth that we are building. And so, we're always, reviewing the opportunities that exist within those two buckets, the strategic and the opportunistic bucket. And we're open to looking at things that move our company forward. But once again, it's got to be at the right price.
Right price. Do you have to raise more capital to keep on building out your data center offering?
CoreWeave has been at the tip of the spear of raising capital for the AI build out, right? Like, we were the first ones to do the GPU-based backed lending products. And our growth continues to rage along. I mean, it's just amazing how fast we're growing, how much interest there is for continued build out of our product, of our software solution, and delivery to a broader and broader base of clients. And so, we'll continue to raise capital to support that activity, just as we have.
And the reward is big enough. The Gil Lauriers of this world at DAO Davison still saying the capital structure doesn't make him happy because the amount of 5% you get back on a 9% investment is. Are you managing to rectify that?
First of all, I just fundamentally don't agree with his analysis. So we can start there. But more importantly, we have built a business that generates great returns and provides the infrastructure that the world needs to build and deliver artificial intelligence. We think we have a great business plan. We have a very large and diversified shareholder base that agrees with us, and we're going to continue to expand on the business that we've built.
And look, you're diversifying the customer base. I think Meta, it's interesting how Meta's getting a bit beaten up for the amount that they're plowing into AI data centers, whereas we're congratulating the likes of Amazon and indeed Google. What do you make of these anxieties around AI infrastructure build out?
You know, it's interesting. When a big investor gets beat up for investing large sums of money into the infrastructure that we're going to have to provide, feels kind of like that's pretty bullish for us. We're going to have to provide that infrastructure. Look, Meta has a strategy. They have been incredibly disciplined around executing on that strategy. They are going to build their AI solution, and we are really excited about adding them to our long list of very large, very active customers that are really going to define what compute looks like and what the world looks like for the next 50 years.